Hello, my name is Andrew Wilson. During my quest to obtain knowledge pertaining to my survey, I've interviewed three people from three various backgrounds. Let's take a look at the results of how each person defines their own view of happiness. Hello, what's your name?
Ethan Eller.
Is it okay if I ask you a couple of questions?
Sure.
Alright. What brings you true happiness in life?
I would say probably the future, just because I don't know, you want to live more in the moment, but the what can happen in the future kind of makes me, I guess, happy to know that there are a lot of possibilities and opportunities to do stuff. I guess that brings me the most happiness. It's more of a conceptual thing, not necessarily material stuff.
Okay. Which hemisphere do you observe that you tend to favor more? And why do you think you have that tendency?
I guess maybe because I'm left-handed, I probably use my right side of the brain more. I guess because that's fantasies. I do have some, fantasies like what I'm gonna do when I grow up. I guess. Well, when I get older. What was the other one? Emotions. Emotions. Yeah, I guess I'm kind of a quiet person, so I tend to watch people more and kind of pick up on emotions a lot more. And colors. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. You can say colors.
I like colors. I used to draw and paint a lot when I was younger, so I guess you could say colors. Yeah, I'm a lot more into that. And I hate math and I hate all that stuff. So that's why.
So, what do you want to do in the future?
I kind of have my realistic approach, and then my kind of, like I said, my fantasy. I'll probably go into like traveling, global affairs type stuff. But I guess that my fantasy would be something along the lines of something in film, possibly an actor.
Okay. Thanks for sharing. And I would like to ask you questions pertaining to your drawing. So,
Yes.
over here, looks like we have a microphone as the
Yeah.
first picture. Why a
Mhm.
microphone?
Well, stuff that makes me happy or makes me laugh, I like stand-up comedy. So I do that. I mean, that's kind of like a very literal, what makes me happy thing.
Okay. What about the tree?
I like nature. It's kind of nice, especially, when it's nice and quiet, take a walk. It kind of makes you relax a little bit.
What about this right here? What's that? The
This-
note or
this-
the thing that looks like a film? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, film. I really like movies. I like going to movies and watching them and stuff like that.
What kind of movies do you like?
More of. I like classics. I like a lot of dramas and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting because I thought you were gonna say something similar to nature.
Yeah.
But okay, about drama. What kind of drama?
Um, well, it's drama.
Okay.
I mean, it's a film. It's a category. I'm not really against like the big blockbuster things, but if I had a choice to go see like a indie film or something like a big blockbuster, I'd probably choose the indie.
Okay. What about the airplane? That's the airplane, not a bird, right?
Yeah, it'd be kind of interesting looking bird. I like to travel, visit other countries and stuff. So
What kind of countries? Where do you like to travel to?
other ones,
Okay.
Europe.
Europe.
Mhm.
Okay, I've been to Europe a few times. It's a nice place.
Mhm.
And then lastly, we have a note. I guess you're into music, are you not?
Yeah.
What kind of music?
Rock.
So
Older
what about
stuff. Yeah.
so what about the music that makes you happy?
Music. Well, I don't know. I like a lot of classic rock, like
Alright.
Jimi Hendrix and stuff like that.
Okay.
Guitar.
hmm And so I was wondering if you would like to know more about consciousness and transformation, um, that has to do with teachings pertaining to these questions. Would you be interested in learning more?
Sure.
All right. I'm glad you're interested. If you would like to enroll in one of Mark Thurston's class, he is the
Okay.
he is the director for the minor. Please,
Uh-huh.
send him an email or give me a call.
Okay.
All right. I look forward to seeing you next semester if you do choose to take his course.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hello. How are you today?
I am doing fine.
What's your name?
Hermanus Richard Lemmer.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice
There are
to meet you too.
there are various questions I'd like to ask you pertaining to the survey that you just took.
Okay.
The first question is, can you recall a time in your life when you were in a leadership role and you, even for a while, lost consciousness of what was most important, whether it was ethical or moral? If so, please explain the situation.
For a while, I taught at Norfolk Public Schools, and it was just very frustrating because the students kept talking and human resources messed up on my application. And the Monday after I actually started teaching, the principal of the school called me in and suggested that I resign. So I resigned. And I felt very bad for the students. I felt that like I had deserted them, even though it was in my best interest to leave from a mental and physical health standpoint.
Thanks for sharing. Next question. Positive psychology emphasizes what makes life most worth living. Through your life experiences, what makes life most worth living for you?
I feel that my life is most worth living when I share my ideas with other people, whether they're friends or family or just over the internet.
Okay, and last question. Would you be interested in learning more pertaining to these questions through scientific study by one of the researchers? Please explain your intent or lack of intent.
I would be interested because I'm interested in psychology. I actually minored in psychology when I got my first bachelor's degree at William and Mary.
Okay, thanks for sharing. Now, lastly, you did a little drawing of what makes you happy in life. Here you go.
Okay.
And so, what is it? We have a cat.
A cartoon cat. I like to draw cartoons, and a lot of my characters are cats. This particular character is based on my pet cat, Purdy, so that can tie in a little bit to family, too.
Mm-hmm. Can you please explain the Georgia symbol?
I got a master's degree from the University of Georgia, and so I like to watch their sports teams play. I also like to watch William and Mary sports teams and George Mason.
Okay, excellent, excellent. What about the camera that you drew in the middle of the picture?
The camera actually symbolizes a number of things. I like to take pictures of various things like sunsets and geese and just fun things I do, and also my memories are very important to me.
Okay, what about 104?
That represents my interest in numbers. I picked this particular number because it was my birthday, January 4th. And I like to look for patterns in numbers. I like to look at patterns in the lottery numbers just for fun. I don't play that often.
Alright, and lastly, can you please explain why the restaurant makes you happy?
Because I like to eat out. Pretty simple.
So, what kind of things do you like to eat at the restaurant?
Hamburgers, pizza, chicken sandwiches, beer.
All right. Thanks for sharing. If you have any, questions pertaining to the survey, or if you'd like to learn more about it, please send me an email. The professor that's currently teaching it is Mark Thurston, and so if you are ever interested in taking his class, please definitely talk to him.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
You're welcome.
Hello. How are you?
Hi, how you doing?
What's your name?
Nadia Robinson Burton.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you for filling out the survey, and I would like to ask you questions pertaining to the survey. Would that be okay with you?
Yes.
All right. Explain a time in your life where you attain victory without battling someone, but instead use the mind and strategic thinking to get what you want?
I would say a tough time for me when I got what I wanted. Was not last summer, but the summer before when I got also this summer too. But when I got the money to go to summer school, I basically pulled the money out of my butt. I don't know how I got the money, but I was able to get the money and pay for myself to go to summer school. It's like $1,400, and paid all off at the end of the summer. And I got A's in my classes because I had retake. I retook calculus 1 and calculus 2. I had to retake because I failed them the first time. Well, I retook calculus 1 and I took calculus 2. So yeah, I would say that was a great victory for me because I really wanted to take those classes and I had no money to do it. And I ended up finding the money to be able to take the classes, so I was grateful.
Okay. I would like to know what brings you true happiness in your life.
Things that bring me true happiness are my family, friends, and God. I'm not a super materialistic person, but I really do care about my family. I really do care about my friends, and I believe, without God, things in my life wouldn't be possible either. So God is definitely most important in my life. I wouldn't be the person that I am today without Him, and without my family and friends supporting me throughout my life, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I probably wouldn't be in college. So yeah, they're most important to me, and seeing them happy and seeing them make it is what brings me happiness and joy.
Okay. Thank you very much. Based on your own life experiences, can you see that your consciousness has been changing and evolving over the years from childhood up to the present time?
I like to say I don't think I'm as selfish anymore. I've been told I'm very selfish, but over time I'm starting to care more about others and think more of others and not about me all the time, or not about basically how can I benefit myself. So yeah, I think so. Starting to be more considerate of other people.
Okay.
Over
And
the
all
years.
right, thanks for sharing. And you drew a picture of the things that make you happy and the things that brings you happiness in life. Can you please explain these things to us?
Okay, well, my dogs. I love my dogs. This is my mother, my father, my brother, my friends. The love I got from my family, from my friends, from my church. Churches definitely make me happy. I love going to the movies. I love seeing people smile. I love nature. I like to go on prayer, maybe prayer walks or pray. Just looking at, the sun, the moon, the stars, all that stuff. Home, everyone wants a home. I love home. Makes me feel comfortable, and I'm grateful to have a home. And music, I love music. I like to dance, I like to sing. So I love listening to music. I can do without a TV, but I don't think I can do without a radio. I love looking towards the future. Hopefully things are positive for me. That brings me happiness. Success is definitely a happiness. Trying to graduate college, I get that bachelor's degree because I almost finished. Glad I'm a senior. Seeing the sunrise, looking at the stars, kind of cheesy, but yeah. Memories of the good things in my life. I have a lot of good memories. I've had a good life, good family, good friends, good upbringing, so I can't complain. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And letting go of past things, try not to dwell on bad things or whatever, but yeah.
All right. Now my last question for you is, would you recommend, or would you like to learn more about consciousness and transformation if given the opportunity to take classes here at George Mason?
Not right now because I'm a senior and I'm trying to graduate. I'm really busy, but maybe if I was, had the time, I probably would. It sounds like psychology. I'm a neuroscience major, so that's right up my alley. But as of right now, my goal is just to walk across the stage and graduate. But I would recommend it to anyone else in psychology. It sounds interesting, so.
Okay. Do you have any friends that may be interested in the program?
Maybe so. I'm sure I can find somebody, talk to somebody. I have a friend named Caitlin. She might be interested in it.
Okay. Can you please tell Caitlin, if she is interested in what we have discussed, to contact Mark Thurston,
Yes.
which is a professor here at George Mason?
What's his name again?
Mark Thurston.
Mark Thurston. Okay, yes.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.